All right, guys, how's it going? Today I want to talk to you real quickly about our grip that we're going to use for clinching and grappling, for having an improvised weapon or object in our hand. Mainly, I mean, all this stuff that we're going to talk about could apply to having a knife, a pistol, anything like that, but what we're really going to focus on is our flashlight. So the flashlight most likely is the most realistic thing that we might have in our hand, and still getting in a hand-to-hand conflict with someone and not utilizing this right away. Obviously, if I had a knife or a pistol, maybe I'll use that right away and the conflict would end much quicker. But in this case, if I'm in a low light situation and I'm using the flashlight to kind of see what's going on, and I find myself getting in a hand-to-hand conflict with someone, I don't want to lose my flashlight in the conflict, because then I can't obviously see in a low light situation anymore. So I want to keep this. I can use the flashlight also as a bludgeoning tool, right? I can use the ends of the flashlight for striking. So again, I don't want to lose it. At the same time, the grips that I've been using for my clinch work, the grips that I've been using for grappling and things like that in the mats or in the ring, might not necessarily translate, because anything where I'm going ahead and locking my palms, right? Or wrists or fingers. I know some people are watching this right now going, oh my gosh, you never do that grip. I'm just saying, generally speaking, there's a lot of different grips of where both of my hands are actually gripping. So in this case, for me to keep control of my flashlight or whatever it is in my hand, this is going to be my weapon hand, right? This is going to be my base hand. So in this case, this hand is going to be making the fist because it's holding the object. My other hand is going to be the hook hand. So anytime I'm grabbing, it's a hook grip. So in this, I have hook, right? And I'm pulling my elbows in. So in this case, if I were to be, let me switch sides real quick. If I were to do an arm clinch, you know, obviously I'm not showing you this because this is how you win the fight. I'm demonstrating the grip, okay? So in this case where maybe I would normally come in and grab the hand like this, or, you know, whatever this grip would be, for this case, what we're gonna do is I'm going to keep this as my base hand, right? Here's my base hand. My hook hand is going to come in. I'm not going to grab hands anymore. If this was a knife and I go like this to grab hands, obviously you can see why this would be bad. I'm stabbing my own hand, right, with my own knife. So I'm not going to grab the weapon, right? I'm actually going to grab my wrist bone. So I take the edge of my bone and I'm pointing it into his tissue, okay? I'm using this like a blade to cut in. My hook hand comes in and grabs below my hand on the bone of my own wrist. Here, I now pull my elbows in, I'm pulling back on my lat, and you can see the reaction I get because I'm attacking his nervous system. So in this, because I'm using the bone structure, right, if he goes to try to pull his arm out, to try to pull out, the harder he pulls, the more it hurts, okay? And I'm using that bone to cut into this, okay? So again, if I'm here, I'm driving in, you can see the reaction I get, right? If I'm using it on the body, again, if I'm here, this is coming in, I can come, this case, over the top, and I'm working that hook, elbows are coming in, and I'm pulling tight, right? This isn't necessarily going to win the fight right here, right? If I come over the top and I'm hooking here, I can hook this way, right? I can hook here, but again, my hook hand is coming into this position, which allows me to not lose my weapon. If I were to do something like this, like a clinch we might see in Thai boxing, right? Again, same concept. I can come here, I can hook this way, and now I'm using the base of that flashlight to also dig in, which creates a lot of pain. If I turn my palms up and I do the same thing, my hook hand comes in, right? Elbows come in tight. This is painful through the clinch just itself from the blades of my wrist bones. But again, now I can use the edge of this, right, to create more pain, because now I can use the object to dig into the bony tissue areas, or the places where the bone's close to the surface, right? Now, if I put my hand over the weapon, I can't do that. When I keep my hand below, I can now use the edge of this metal flashlight to dig in and create more pain and discomfort through those. I can also use it again as striking, right? And strike from within the clinch. If I had him here, right, I can jack this and hit him in the head with the edge of this object. I can rake it and try to cut him. There's a lot of things I can do. I can use this to turn him, right, and use that edge. My point with this is if my hands come together, I now lose my ability to use the edges of the flashlight. So recapping, base hand, hook hand, elbows in, pulling in tight from the lats. I can now use this for creating more pain, discomfort, or for striking and slashing or whatever throughout that clinch. So again, just a little tip on how we can utilize our grips so that we can fight with an object in our hand in the street. In this case, we're talking about the flashlight. Cool? Let us know what you think in the comments.